everyone, my name is Cohen, and today I'm going to talk to you about our no-code platform, Innoveo Cyber, and how it enables insurance companies to build their tailor-made applications or ecosystems.
Hello everyone, I'm Orjana Lico. I'm an ecosystem, and I will show you today an example of an ecosystem, actually a cyber ecosystem built with our no-code platform, Innoveo Cyber. Maybe we pass to the slide and also to a live demo that we'll be handling today.
So before we start with our presentation, I would like to ask to the audience, who here works for a broker or an insurer or is looking at technology to build their custom-made applications? Please raise your hand if there's anyone. Okay, good. And also, who knows what is a no-code platform?
Also good. Then I assume as many that raised the hand and the others that didn't would like to actually understand how you can use the power of no-code platforms to build or enable ecosystems so that you can get access and reach to more distribution. And this is exactly what we will show you today. An end-to-end business solution based on Innoveo Cyber as a no-code platform.
So before we start with the demo itself, let me just introduce you to our no-code platform. What is a no-code platform? No-code platform is a platform where non-technical people without any technical background can learn how to configure applications and deploy in real time in our Innoveo Cyber business canvas, and with its omni-channel capabilities, be able to build their customer portals, their broker and agent portals, or white labeling their applications to do bank insurance distribution or give it to their affinity partners. What are the advantages? The advantages is that you build one application for all your business lines, P&C, life, health, and for all your distribution channels. Functionality-wise, it covers the entire customer journey, from customer onboarding to policy servicing. We are talking about risk assessment, quote and bind journeys, referral process, midterm adjustments, electronic first notice of loss, everything. Its advanced integration mechanisms and dynamic APIs eases the connection with backend systems and third-party systems, usually one of the biggest hurdles of insurance companies. And as nothing is hard-coded, and by configuration you define which functionality you'll have on your application, instead of you searching in the market for a software and adapting your business process to a software, no, you build within Innoveo Cyber a software that fully adapts to your business processes. And you do that very fast and very cost effective, as we have automated a lot of the work that usually is done by software developers. Therefore, it speeds up your time to market.
I will bring you today an example of the cyber ecosystem that I was mentioning earlier that puts together a few market players together. From the SME owners or the middle market, talking about US market, this is, in the case we'll be just afterwards, a platform in which you can assess, better understand your cyber risk exposure in this occasion, and try to understand as a next step, either to mitigate it via service providers or transfer your risk by covering your risk. Passing by to another market player that can be of interest in this ecosystem, in this case can be insurers or intermediates. This is a platform that allows you to give the opportunity to your SMB customers to transfer their cyber risk, or to service providers. In this specific case, it might be IT service providers, because this can be a platform that you can offer trainings, for example, and give the possibility to your SMB customers by reaching them through an additional distribution channel, and also mitigate their cyber risk in this case. Or another player can be as well the banks, because through this platform and the assessment and their better understanding of the cyber risk exposure, they can also understand how to better evaluate their customers from their financial and liability risk management. What I will show you today is an end-to-end solution that touches probably two of the most spoken about topics recently. One of them is the SMB protection gap, and the second one is cyber insurance. We will start the live demo, and Andrea will be supporting me. Thank you. As an SME owner that is accessing the application, and he would like to understand what is actually his current state in terms of cyber risk exposure. He would start by just typing in the domain of his company. This is a domain-based cyber risk assessment. All the rest of the information that is actually needed for the algorithm to run the assessment is pulled through external data sources. There are 5 data points, except for the domain itself. One of them is the type of industry that your SME operates in, the number of employees of your company, the revenue, and the location. Of course, for the user, all this information is amendable. They can check and edit at the application itself. Let's say the owner of the SME would like to start the assessment and get into the results. In this specific case, we are partnering with an external provider that runs the algorithms and checks the digital footprint of your domain, the domain of your company across 100 databases through surface, dark, and deep web. And here we go, we have the result already. So we have the full risk exposure of your company, the domain exposure of your company. There are a few interesting points that are highlighted here. First of all, there are 2 KPIs that this assessment highlights immediately. One of them is the cyber risk exposure, and the second one is the vulnerability of a business interruption event in case of a cyber attack, both figures for the upcoming 12 months for your company. You can, of course, download also a very detailed report that makes you understand, because probably you have no background information on what it means to check your digital footprint of the domain of your company, what are the areas that you need to take into consideration, and how you can make actually further steps and enhance so that your digital footprint would be better and, let's say, reduce your cyber risk exposure. There are also a few highlights so that you can immediately see which might be the areas of concern and the areas in which you can immediately take action that are highlighted, like the email phishing, the website not secure, and so on. Now, you as an SMB owner probably have better understanding and you know, okay, this is my cyber risk profile, and what can I do now? There are a couple of options that I can do through the same platform. First of all, I can decide to mitigate my risk. What does it mean? There are a couple of services and service providers that are prompted in the platform itself based on the cyber risk assessment results of your SMB customer, which means tailored to actually your cyber risk exposure, to which you can connect through the platform and also decide to buy immediately. So no breaking at any point the digital journey of the SMB owner. If you go back to the assessment instead, what we can choose otherwise is to actually transfer our risk to an insurance carrier and cover ourselves or cover our cyber risk exposure. In this specific case, there is a fully customizable offer from different insurers, so it plays more like the role of an aggregator. Through APIs, we call the quote to different insurers. There are a couple of coverages that are already automatically pre-selected, as you can see in the screen. This is based on the cyber assessment results of your company. Again, going back to the tailor offer to your customer, you can, of course, decide to either add or remove or adjust the different coverage limits. In this case of one of the quotes, because we are checking what it means for us to actually transfer the cyber exposure. And once we have analyzed and evaluated, we can decide to proceed. Actually, by getting the quote and the policy immediately in the same platform. What you saw earlier was a dynamic pricing recalculation that updated accordingly actually your pricing. You have a full summary, and you can decide immediately to transfer your risk through the same platform. You can see Andrea now is performing an online payment, which would result in binding the policy, the cyber policy itself. The user can as well download the policy document, which I think is as much important in this sense. And have everything from assessing, understanding, mitigating, or transferring the risk in the same platform. So now what we did is actually going some sort of a step further and also build very customizable dashboard that allow the SMB owner on one side to have all the information that he needs at a glance at the same application. So everything that is related to assessment or policies, it can as well be related to claims or filing a claim, or all the service providers that he has actually been into contact with through the same platform are here. So it has some sort of a one-stop shop application for that is covering his whole journey. Now, probably you remember quickly and shortly from what Andrea was saying earlier that Innoveo Sky at its core is an omni-channel enabler, which means all this information is as necessary to be handed over to an insurance carrier or to a service provider as being part of the same ecosystem. So what you're seeing at this moment on the screen is logging into the application as an insurance carrier, for example, and have access to the same information. So who are your customers? What is the premium? What are the claims that they have been filing through the application? Have a full overview on your loss ratio, and so on. So what you just saw is just an example among many that can be built as an ecosystem through an underlying technology that can be a local platform, like in this case, Innoveo Sky. Now, me, as an ecosystem, exists to better serve the needs segment of the customers throughout their entire journey. And this is feasible through a very flexible, adaptable, and customizable technology as an underlying, which is the local platform Innoveo Sky. So thank you on that.
No problem. Glad to provide that software. So as you said, this is just one example of many applications we have built, right? This was just to give you a flavor of what are our capabilities. In an era of rapidly changing and highly demanding customer needs, insurance companies need to adapt and start engaging more with their customers and start being perceived as a partner during the entire customer journey, not only in the moment of a claim or not only at the moment of a review. And that's exactly what we have been doing since 2007 across 5 different continents, powering the world's largest insurance customers like Zurich Insurance, Allianz, RSA, or Chubb. So with the few time that I have left, we have identified 4 examples of many applications that we have delivered worldwide, and we wanted to give you these examples as well. And in case you want to further evaluate our platform, we are in the booth. So what you see here is an application from Zurich, Hong Kong, for example. One single application for their direct channel, for their call center application, and for their agent portal, distributing more than 10 products. Okay. This platform is developed in both Chinese and English, so multi-language and multi-character is delivered by our platform, not only on screen, but all in our back-end functionality as well, such as a rating engine, document generation, and so on. Allianz in Morocco, one agent portal that provides fully digital workflow management to their agents and quote and bind journeys for more than 14 products, from personal to commercial lines. And Zurich, Mexico, another example of an agent portal built to service more than 6,000 agencies to distribute motor, engineering lines, and SME products. From customer onboarding to quote and bind and endorsements, renewals, a lot of functionality is there. And also, as being an omnichannel application, internal teams can log in the application and create affinity propositions so that each agent has custom offers depending on the region, on the insured car, or on the insurance coverages that they select.
And I'm happy to bring shortly another example of an ecosystem, which is Excelity in this case. I mentioned earlier that we have been using Innoveo Sky as technology to build different propositions and end-to-end solutions. And we have been serving not only large insurers, as the logo that probably you saw already in the screen, but also Insurtechs or other affinity groups. In this case, Excelity is an HR service provider that is based out of Singapore. It serves 1.2 million employees in Asia, and what we have built for them is a customer-centric portal to actually increase and better serve the engagement rate of their employees with their portal, and increase also the touch points with the insurance carrier himself. There are a couple of services offered, from the Vault service, fully customizable risk assessment, so you can have your risk profile and understand better what is your risk exposure, and also, because we are talking about an already existing platform that has a lot of information on the employee, so the end user himself, so it is even better and easier to understand how you can use this information to build the profile, the risk profile of this employee or end user in the platform, and also the insurance marketplace. We bring a few insurers that can offer different propositions to, as I was saying before, 1.2 million users that actually get access on a daily basis, or quite often, to this employee service benefit.
So thank you very much for listening to us. We hope now you have better understanding of what a no-code platform is and what it's capable of doing. If you wish to build your own tailor-made application or be part of our existing solutions,
or if you'd like to build an ecosystem with us, come with us at the booth, or we will be all the time around in the upcoming 2 days. Thank you again very much.